Mr. D back with you to help you with a lunge punch. So you're literally doing that. You're lunging, either in an L stance or a deep fixed stance. Wind your hip up. That's what's great about this technique. It's so much power because you use the hip and get some drop as you strike. So it's really powerful. Hey! You can come in and make a lot of power with this. So off of one yo, you pull your hip back. Notice I aim my fist towards the target and drop and strike using hip motion. So it should have the same foot out, same arm out. This is right leg, right arm. This is left leg, left arm. Okay? So you want it the same side, just like so. So literally that's what you're doing. You're lunging, you're dropping, almost like you're fencing. Same kind of idea. So you can lunge punch, back kick, it sets it up real nice for sparring. Or if you just want to make power, do that. Pull your other hand to your belt to really maximize power. Okay? Practice that. I know you'll have success. Hey there, Mr. D here. Let's talk about front elbow strike. So this is a very powerful technique. In the pattern you'll goal, you simulate pulling someone in and hitting with your elbow. So you're pulling them in and then striking across with the elbow. So the elbow, with my trusted friend Bob here, I can demonstrate, can be used to hit the sternum, throat area, face, head. Okay, so it's a very good tool to come across. Now you don't want to directly hit the funny bone. You don't want to go right on the elbow itself or the bone itself, but right next to it, this little area next to it. You want to come almost kind of like forearm elbow. Really, really lower part of the forearm or the higher part of the forearm and your elbow here. So striking through, just straight through like that. Very, very powerful. Normally we break 3 and 4 boards with this, someone my size. So very powerful technique for striking. Elbows are for in close. Punch, middle range, kick, far range. Knees, elbows, they're in close. So that's when you want to use this strike. So that's front elbow strike. I think you'll like it a lot. Mr. D back with you for twin punch. So you had your reverse punch that came off your belt. Now both will come off your belt and up and hit your opponent right to the face. This is a mid-range strike. If I was striking long range, I'd do a normal reverse punch. But mid-range, you want it vertical. Okay, short range, we'll go over upset punch too. All right, so this is a mid-range strike. Bob's always willing to help me out here and be a partner. So start at your belt and come up to your opponent and hit right to the cheek, right to the face, like so. It fits in perfect almost, right there. So good job coming off of a block. You can strike if your opponent's real close, again, within mid-range of you here. You can also add a stomp, like Taekwon-Do pattern has a stomp. You're going to stomp on the foot as I strike, mid-range strike. So you're going to really maximize power just horizontal here if you've got a mid-range distance. If you've got a little more distance, of course, turn that over, like so. So that's why those fists can sometimes be vertical and land in a vertical, like so. So this is the twin, real simple to perform. I like it off of a wedge and block and right there. So I'm going to grab your wedge and then put that right there, very effective. Work on that twin arm block, master it, and I know you'll have a good time. Thank you. Next is the upset punch. You have that in single, or you have that in twin for 2 opponents. Now how this differs from the twin vertical punch that we went over is twin vertical punch goes with 1 opponent. Twin upset punch goes to 2 opponents. All right, so if you just have the 1 opponent, use that twin upset punch. This is for really in close, really in tight. I'm almost under his vision, just right there, just up, hup, hup, mostly wrist motion here. Hip motion here, and then wrist flicking in as you strike. So if I were far away, I wouldn't want to do that. I'd want to do this. I'd want to do my reverse punch. Middle range, I'd want to do my twin punch. Close range, an upset punch. All right? So anything that is single, most of the time we can do double, and in this case, we can do a double upset here. So step natural in Jungun with that, step normal in Taekwon-Do, add a stomp to that. Okay, so again, we could stomp on the foot come in, and then strike and attack with that. The movement, the preparation, kind of starts the opposite way, like your hands, palms are down, your hands come up and then push in. They sort of drop with gravity and then push in. So in Jung-Gun, if you went from here, you go just from here down and push in. So you've got a sort of a momentum build, like a roller coaster dropping, same idea, and pushing in. Headed like heads downhill like that. This does too. This goes with gravity and then comes in. Pretty powerful. Practice it on the bag, practice on bob, even try some board breaks with it, because you're going to get some good power with the technique. Thank you. Go ahead and master that. Mr. D back here to help you more with your elbow series. Next one's an upward elbow. So same thing as the front elbow, we want to hit in here, you know, the higher part of our forearm and the lower part of our elbow, never on the funny bone. But we want to come under the jaw on this one and strike upward. So again, in close, you could be punching, knee striking, and then up under the nose or jaw as you hit the elbow. So that's why we call it upward. That's the direction it's going. Normally in a pattern or fighting situation, you may have your hand up and hit, or you may pull your hand back. In pattern, we pull it back to maximize power. So great technique. You first learn about it in pattern Jung-Gun. So practice that upward elbow. Mr. D with you to talk about inward reverse knife hand strike or ridge hand strike. So your hand is ridge shape. Your thumb looks like a Boy Scout kind of, but it's like a C shape. We want to hit with the side knuckle. Okay, but there's some power there. Feel it on yourself, and you develop it. It'll be really bony and powerful. In Jung-Gun, it's actually used as a block, and then we kick after the counter, and then of course we scoop. In a lot of other applications, it's used as a strike. So it can be in either section, you're blocking or striking. This is one of those multi-faceted, multi-purpose techniques. So again, you want to hit about solar plexus height, right in there with your reverse knife hand to strike. Believe me, that'll knock the wind out of someone. It doesn't take a lot of power. If I wind my hip back and strike through, just like so, like preparing it in a forearm block, same thing. So palms away, a little lower, like so, and then strike through. So in the pattern, as you go, lift this up, bring your hands up like so, and palms away, and then drop into the move. So that will give you proper application, how to wind up, how to prepare for the movement correctly. So here, palms away, one hand to your belt. I'm going to tuck this thumb in and strike. Bend your tips here and strike or block your opponent with the ridge side hand. Look at the angle here that you want to notice. Not here, not here. Okay, a nice 110, 120 degree angle there. Okay, or if you're looking at a 90-degree scale, like about a 45-degree angle. Okay, practice that, master it. I know you'll have good success.